We're back on iRacing to take part in the Radical Esports Cup, round number 2, and this week we are racing at Zolder. I've raced this track before, and a little caveat, there's only 4 runners in the race because it's that Christmas period, and unfortunately my time's a little bit pressed this week, so I've just had to jump on and do a race as and when I could do it. Hence why we didn't get another go at the Zandvoort race. But enough said about that. This one, I'm just looking to get to know the track, really. Like I said, never driven it before. It's quite a fun little track. High-speed corners and some very tricky chicanes. Anyway, let's see how we can compare against 3 other drivers on the grid. All right, here we are for race number 2 in the Radical season. This week at Zolder. And unfortunately, there's only 4 of us in this one, so I guess that means it's not going to be an official race.
Okay, Nick,
but
here we go. Don't fuck this up. Go, nail it.
Being Christmas week, the only time I've got really to race this.
Car right. Clear right.
I think P3 has binned it here.
As with the F3, didn't have another chance to run that race. It's disappointing as it was. I'm expecting to be about P3 here though, because the guy at the front and the guy who's currently in last are both
all right. Let's build on it.
Quick. My first time driving Zolder, so it's a pretty interesting track. Lots of slow speed chicanes. Very easy to get them wrong and lose a lot of time. Put up a little bit too much speed there. Normally take that corner in 4th.
The gap to Rooney in front is now 1.3. We've had a cut warning. Keep it tidy, please, Nick.
Fair enough, I didn't get down to 2nd, so I couldn't get rotation in the car. And Rooney is now gone.
The leader has just done a 126.1.
Better.
The gap to P1 ahead is increasing. It's now 3.2.
Caught the curb a little bit there. We really can cut quite a lot of that chicane Just trying to gauge and learn actually just how much I can cut.
That's a new fastest lap for Rooney, 125.6.
Yeah, we're a good couple of seconds slower though than
That's
the
your best lap in this session.
leader. Wide.
We've been warned about track limits.
Didn't get down to 4th gear for whatever reason. I shifted up to 6 by mistake on the straight. Oh man. I don't know. This car's not
Stay between the lines.
shifting
please,
down.
Nick.
Maybe I'm asking for gear shifts a little bit too early.
I think P4's gone off in ESD. The gap to Rooney ahead is increasing. It's now 8.9. Looks like P4 has binned it in Sterrenwachtbocht. Looks like P4 has gone off in Kanalbocht. P2.
I'm just not request the gears as early as I was doing. You've really got to avoid those sausage curbs, it seems, on the first corner there. So if you catch them curbs, seemingly unsettles the car for the second half of the chicane. Went in too early there. Tried to correct to stop myself from turning in as much.
The gap to Amor behind is now 10 seconds.
Not a bad little track though, once you start getting into a groove.
Your lap time was at 127.1.
I'm going to start taking third there for the rotation. Looks like me and the guy behind are pretty evenly matched. Don't know if Bruni in front has laid off the pace a little bit, but don't seem to be. Yeah, they're running about a second slower now, but not
Good lap. That's your best in the session.
Got a massive understeer through there. Yeah, I don't know, Bruni's not, maybe just chilling out a little bit now. They've done the hard work, they've pulled away. Bit early on the brake there.
P3 is closing in. The gap is now 10 seconds. He's faster than you into Xbox.
I feel like P3's toying with me a bit. Like I said, I'm sure they are quicker than me. Now they seem to be starting to turn the wick up a little bit. They're just having a nice little quiet settle into this race. Tough chicane to get ready. Right, that one. Fair, you can clearly cut quite a lot of it. As for how much you can really cut. One for practice, I guess. I'm not getting my braking right for that last chicane either, I don't think. Up to the halfway mark in this one.
Looks like P4 has binned it in tournament box.
We don't need to slow more in the first part of that chicane.
Yellow flag. Looks like P4 has gone off in Volterberg box.
To try and then get rotation in the second part. So that I can get a good exit for the third.
Fastest lap for Rooney, 125.6. Alright Nick, that's half distance. Fuel levels are fine. The guy in front is one lap behind. P4's gone off in Klein chicane.
Yeah, I think that's the way to do it. Lower the car a little bit on the initial entry and take that
9.0.
initial like hit of like speed. Compromise my entry into the first part to then gear myself up for a better exit and line through the rest of it.
New fastest lap for Rooney, 125.4. That was 126.6. That's your quickest lap in this session.
Fastest lap I've ever done here, I think. Early upshift to third as well. I don't know if it costs me any speed, but
I think P4's gone off in
it
Villeneuve.
helps with the traction. It's like P3 as well, struggled to get past the back marker. I've actually given me enough of a gap there to hang on to P2 in this one.
You've used half your fuel.
So, you'll notice in this video as well, I've actually got rid of the replay in the top right hand corner, replaced it with a track map. I think the track map's there. Yeah, let me know your thoughts on that. I don't ever know if like people are interested in having
Looks
the
like
replay
P4
there.
has gone off in Klein chicane.
I suppose a lot of the time people are focused on watching the main action. I know sometimes when I'm watching other people's YouTube videos, I do quite sometimes like to watch the replay
Looks
cameras
like P4 has binned it in Villeneuve.
instead of the regular sort of camera, especially when they're around other people and like little battles and things. But yeah, I've dropped it for now, so let me know your thoughts on that. Whether or not you like the
Sector
replay
1 is
camera, whether or not you're not
0.3
really that
off the
bothered.
pace. Sector 2 is a second off the pace. Sector 3 is 0.8 off the pace. The gap to Amour behind is now 10 seconds.
Be careful with those curbs, not to do what I just did.
That's a new fastest lap for Rooney, 125.0. Looks like P4 has binned it in. Villeneuve.
Turning a little bit too early on some of these corners. We're arriving at the corner before the apex. Having to like make corrections. Whole host of gravel on the track there. Oh, wrong button. I want to tear off, not my if view.
The gap behind is now 9.5. That lap time was 126.6. That's your fastest lap.
A lot on the table there because I'm not really using the full width of the track on the right there. Miles off the apex there as well.
New fastest lap for Rooney, 125.0.
Just showing off now.
Two laps left. Come on, you're looking good for a podium. That lap was a 126.8.
It's a bit better. So yeah, not really been much of a exciting drive this one, guys, unfortunately. More of a track day, but unfortunately, like I said, because it's Christmas and New
He's
Year,
getting on you. The gap's now 8.8. Quicker than you entering the Xbox.
time is sort of limited this sort of week, so I would have loved to have given Zandvoort another go in the F3, but
Incident in Walterberg box. It looks like a more.
given the PCC that we did as well.
Okay, Nick, one more to go. Keep it together, we'll be on the podium. That last lap was a
yeah, it's not enough time really this week.
That's your quickest lap. Looks like P4 has gone off in Telemann box.
Probably like losing out by, I've probably cut that first part of that chicane even more than I'm cutting it, but I don't really know the limits. Didn't have time to sort of explore them fully in practice. Anyway, there we go. Exhibition drive done. One thing I have learned in this one is that I can launch the car pretty well. Got an absolutely blistering start off the grid for the second week in a row.
Great drive.
Just went too hot into the corner. Lost position, but really doesn't matter because, like I said, I knew Bruni was going to be a lot quicker than me in this one. I'd seen the pace in practice. Anyway, let's go and take a look at the results. This was the one and only split. Strength of field was 1,450. We were car number 3, started second and finished second. Our fastest lap of the race was a 126.381. Fastest lap of the race by Bruni was a 124.965. So 1.3, 1.4 seconds off the pace. We had 3 incident points. And because this wasn't an unofficial race, there's no championship points. No loss or gains in safety rating or iRating. So there we go, guys. That was the race, and pretty much as expected, because there was only 4 of us on the grid, it was more of an exhibition sort of open track day session than an actual race. Really surprised though the guy in P3 didn't come through the pack a little bit quicker. In practice they looked like they had some pace, so yeah, anyway, I'll take it. P2, it's an unofficial race, so it doesn't really count towards anything. But nonetheless, it's some more experience in the Radical, and more importantly, experience at a brand new track. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please consider giving it a like. And if you want to see more racing action from me, make sure to hit subscribe. There'll be plenty more coming real soon. If you want to get involved on iRacing, head down to the description where you'll find a link, and hopefully I'll see you on track real soon. But all that's left for me to say is thank you very much for watching, and until next time, see ya.